Yeah, I'm going to record this call for my personal use as well. Yeah, so this is purely going to be about market structure. This is on gold. So Emmanuel, you could see this is on gold. This is where it went up. That I saw your setup. I told you I have the same thing. You could see it for the sell. This is where it dropped up to. And this is why I was talking about gold being on a buy for the whole day today. And you see it's going because it has to, come and form this lower high over here before if you're going to find a sell. You guys were talking about maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday before it comes as well. But that is just by the way though. I'm going to change this chat to a different screen, maybe FXCM, so that we will have a naked gold chart because I'm not deleting my lines. So let me see forex.com. Yeah, maybe I'll use this. So I have a question in the chat box. I see it has taken all I made yesterday. Don't worry. Today you will know why you shouldn't have been looking for sells again, and then why you should have been looking for buys and then make money as well off the buy. All right, so let me remove all drawings. So first of all, what do you know? I think Cliff touched on the psychological aspect, so that is very important. If you weren't on the call, you missed a lot. I don't know if he recorded it or if he's going to record it. So anyways, when we talk about market structure, it is how the market moves. You get it? How it literally moves. The lower lows and lower highs for people to understand how it moves. Yes, it's very important. Lower lows and lower high is how the market moves. When it's going on a downtrend, I want you to take very notes of these things. When it's going on a downtrend, you're always going to see a lower high and a lower low. When it is going on a downtrend, you are always going to see a lower high and a lower low. Now I'll explain why we call it lower low and lower high on this course, why we call it higher high and higher low. So when it's always on an uptrend, if it's going on an uptrend, you're going to get higher highs and you're going to get higher lows as well. First of all, I'm going to use this black screen that you're seeing over here as well. And then we are going to have this. We're going to have an example of how the chart seems like. Just a small move around. Forgive the drawing. I wanted to correct it, but it won't allow me. So let me just maintain it like this. Yeah, so let me draw. This is an uptrend. Let me draw a downtrend. Also here as well. And then the last one that most people added is also important because I call it just noise. Because when you see something like this, it's better just ignore, except when it's bigger on a bigger time frame, then you can still trade it as well. But on the smaller time frame, you just ignore because it will be very, very small. So these are the three types of movements. You understand? I'm going to break it back down to two. But first of all, these are the three types of movements. I'm sure most of us on the call already know this. This is a downtrend, this is an uptrend, and this is consolidating. You understand? Now, this over here that you are seeing, I will be deleting some. Yeah, so always on an uptrend, the market will always start from an area like this. It's always going to start from a high. and it's always going to go for a lower high, and then it will create a low over here. And then it will now come back here again to create a lower high again. So a short form LH. And then it comes here now, and instead of a low, it creates a lower low. That is literally what this does. And this is consolidating. Okay, I see someone trying to enter over here. Yeah, I've allowed you in. No, I didn't see it, sorry. And then this is an uptrend. It always is going to start from a low. This, and then it will create a higher low over here. So then it will always go to a high. I'm taking my time. As I said, it's going to be long because with this, I have to take my time. So please don't get bored on me. All right. With this one, I don't have to rush. I don't have to do anything. I just have to take my time. And it is boring when you are learning these ones because this is the basic. As soon as you are done with this, that is why I don't like teaching this a lot. As soon as you are done with this, you are okay. But this is literally the basics where we are going back to. And then it creates higher high over here, and then from there it starts creating its shortcuts as well, and then so on and so on. HL over there, and then HL over there as well. So this here is a downtrend. As you are seeing here, this over here is a downtrend, and then we have an uptrend over here, as you are seeing. We have an uptrend over here, and then we have consolidating. You understand? We have consolidation here. This consolidation is also known as ranging. The flag and whatever, those are chart patterns, but flag is a form of consolidation. Rising wedge, all those things. Consolidation is just the market not actually showing any clear or nice correct movement for you to go in. So this is consolidation, ranging, pullback. You can call it whatever you want to call it as well. And then these two, downtrend and then uptrend. So when we talk about downtrend, the price will come down. And then when it is coming down, we start from a high. Do you get it? It won't come down straight. You could see it. I didn't draw the downtrend like this. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? I drew it here, going up, coming down, but overall, what is the market doing? Dropping, right? It's coming down overall. So it starts from a high, it drops to a low. It comes to form a low. Why am I saying high and low and all these things? High, because we are dealing with price. You see numbers over here, it's price. So it starts from a higher price. That is why the name comes. Do you get it? That high. Someone is trying to join. Yeah. I don't know if the person was added though. So it starts from a high. Do you get it? Price starts from a higher price. That is why it's higher price. And then it comes to a low price. I see a question in the chat box. Oh yeah. So it starts from a high and then it goes to a higher price. So a high price and then it goes to a low price. So we are dealing with price here. Do you get it? So as it goes to a low price, then it pulls back to a lower high. This is a lower high. We call it a lower high because it is lower than the previous high. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? We call it a lower high because it's lower than the previous high. So the previous high price, the new price is higher than the low that it went, but it's lower than that previous high it started from. You get it? So we went to this lower price over here to find, as Cliff taught you guys, because I'm not going to go into the psychology. He said it, he's handling that aspect. You get it? So the liquidity aspect, it went to take orders from those areas. It has to rest. So it's going to find, as technical terms we'll be using, it's going to find what? A demand zone, a resistance zone, whatever, over there. So it's going to find these areas to see if it will be able to break it. That is one thing I want you to keep in your mind. Find that area as, will it be able to break it? Or is it going to what? Reject it. It doesn't mean as soon as it hit there, it has to come down. Do you hear what I'm trying to explain? So as soon as it hits and rejects, that is when we call it a lower high, because this is a new high it created. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? And then from there, it drops to a lower low. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Why? Because it goes to a lower price that is lower than the previous low price it went. Please, do you get what I'm trying to explain? And then once it goes to a lower low, it comes back to create another lower high, then lower low, lower high, and so on and so on. So it reaches the final low, which is the lowest. I hope this is clear. If you're getting what I'm trying to explain over here, put some 222s in the chat box. I just want to make sure no one is sleeping on me right here. Just put some 222s. Let me know if you are with me right now or if you're getting what I'm trying to explain over here. 222, 222. Great. Please don't sleep on me, guys. Don't sleep on me over here in the chat box. 222, 222. Great. So right now we're moving to the uptrend. As you could see, you guys have noticed, I don't talk about consolidation much. You understand? Cliff told you guys I use this strategy called the box strategy. Yes, that is what I do. The box strategy is usually mainly used for consolidation market, where I trap it in a box form, this kind of like down here, and I'll just be riding it up and down. So it's kind of like a strategy I use when the market is consolidating. I buy low, sell high, that kind of a thing. So it breaks out, and then I ride it I use my trending strategy and follow the trend, kind of a thing. So I'm mainly focused on teaching you guys the market structure and how to follow trend, because the trend is your friend. You get it? So people always hear this, but how to properly follow the trend is what is very, very important. Do you get it? So right now, so as you could see, we have low, high, higher low, and then higher high, higher low. It's vice versa or the downtrend, but I'll still explain. We have a low price. The price started from a lower price. Every single currency pair you see does not start from a higher price. If I go to gold right now, and then I go to the monthly charts right now, look at where it started from. Started from a low price. Every single chart you see, or every market, whatever pair you are trading, it starts from a low price before it goes up on an uptrend. Do you get it? Now, a low price, you could see gold on the 1999, thereabout over here, where it was like 260 something kind of a thing. You imagine if you were able to catch it all the way up. This is for position traders. That is just by the way, though, for people for you to understand, every market is going to start that way, or it's going to start from that area over there. Was I on the 4 hours or on the 15 minutes? Okay. So that was just by the way for you to know every price starts from a low price before it goes high, like NAS and all those things. That is when Warren Buffett, the reason why they are rich, all these things, they invested in it when it was very low. Now it's high, they made money. Bitcoin, the same thing. You get it? So now every price will start from a low, then it will push to a higher price. Do you get it? Once it reaches that higher price or high price, it has to what? Come down and rest, or find again liquidity to where the supply area is, to get nice supply to push to the upside. You get what I'm trying to explain? So this down here, price is going to push the higher low, because this new price will be low. It will be a lower price, but it will be higher than the previous low price. Do you get it? Because this is the previous low, and you could see even by just picturing, not by looking at prices itself, even by just picturing, you could see that this is higher than this. Do you get it? It's just a visual thing. Look at it, it's higher than this. So that means it's higher low. It's higher than the previous low. Do you get it? And it pushes up to create a higher high. Look at it. This is higher than this. That is why it's higher than the previous one. High. Then it creates another higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and pushes up like that. Is this clear? Before I move on to how do we see this with candlesticks? Is it clear? Put some 000s if it's clear. Let me move to the candlesticks as well. Put some 000s if it is clear with the uptrend as well. Many highers, many higher and lowest. But I hope you get it, though, Christopher. Do you get it? I can see you saying many highers and lowest. I hope you get it. I know it is confusing, but just keep it in your mind that lower high and lower low is only when it is downtrend. You guys can take note of that. Lower high and lower low. Whenever the lower is starting, it is for downtrend. And whenever the higher is starting, it is for uptrend. I hope that makes sense. Exactly. Simple English terms. Great, great, great. So simple as it is. Now, I'm going to remove the drawings if anyone doesn't need it or anything. I'm going to remove it over here. And then let's come to see how do we see this? How do we see all these things on the chart? How are we going to see this? Now, I told you it moves those three ways, right? Now, mostly when people are teaching, they will just brush through because it's kind of a little bit difficult to be zooming in and out to teach these things. But that is why I'm taking my time to be doing this. You can see here is a downtrend. Now here is straight, it's consolidating. You get it? Here is consolidating. Here is a downtrend. Now, this means it's coming down. Am I right? I hope everyone understands this. It's coming down, so it's a downtrend. It's going straight because it's a consolidating market. How is it going straight? We could see it coming up and down still, but what is it overall doing? It's still going straight. Like you could see that there is no up movement. It's playing within some certain price range. This is why I came about with my box strategy. I just need 2-3 touches. Then it's see 1, 2, 3. Then I put it down, then I see, so I'll be buying and selling on the lower areas, you understand? So it comes here, I sell, it comes there, I buy, kind of a thing until it breaks out like this, then I ride, kind of a thing. But very simple box strategy that I use just for consolidation areas. You get what I'm trying to explain? So you could see that price is playing within these areas. So price playing within this area is what we term as consolidating. So you see, if you remember the picture I drew, up, down, like this. And then if you remember the picture, you could see that I didn't always let the price be the same level because that is how the candlestick moves. Sometimes it will be shorter, sometimes it will be longer. So that is how it is. So it shoots up. So that is consolidation. I hope you all can also agree this is an uptrend. It's very simple. We all can also agree this is an uptrend, simple English terms. Now, how does price really move, and then how do you catch it with these things? Do you get it? How do you identify with these things? Now, before I zoom in, before I go further into this, everyone knows how to draw their setups. I've seen it in the group. It's very good. Everyone knows how to have their strategies, except one of you. I'll explain. I'm not teaching setups right now, but I will DM you and show you the mistakes you did on your setups as well. But I share majority of us on the score knows how to draw charts. Now, how then do you follow the price? Right now, I'm going to use Emmanuel because I'm going to use your chat that you posted as well to teach with gold. The reason why gold just dropped on you today, I'll show you why, and then why we are trend followers and we should always listen to the trend as well. But before I even go there, let's see price dropping over here. Price is in the consolidation. Now, one thing I want everyone to keep in their mind is consolidation. Put it out there. Treat consolidating as, from today onwards, treat consolidation as a chart pattern. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? You can put it in the chat box. Treat consolidation as a chart pattern. It's just something that is part of the patterns the chart do. Put it in the chat box. I'll explain. Treat it as a chart pattern, not a movement from today onwards. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Treat it as a chart pattern. You can put it in the chat box. Treat it as a chart pattern. It's very important. Keep it in your mind. I will explain to you. Treat it as a chart pattern. I want someone to put it in the chat box so that others can really take note of it. Treat it as a chart pattern. I'm repeating it because it's very important. From today onwards, that is how you'll be trading. You will not be looking for consolidation. If you see it, you are going to see it. If you see it on the smaller time frame, you are going to stop trading. But if you see it on a bigger time frame, you can still make money off consolidation. Do you get it? Thank you, Chris. Treat it as a chart pattern. Thank you for putting it in. So why should we treat it as a chart pattern? Now, the real movements of the forex market as well. Great. Thank you, Gideon. So the real movements of the chart pattern or of the forex market is just two: uptrend, downtrend. There is no consolidation movement. Do you get it? People will tell you they see it. Yes, we all see that price is going straight. But inside this consolidation that I have done, you all see this. Inside this consolidation that I have done, before we all can call this market a consolidation market. Now, if I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. Before we all can call this market a consolidation market, we need a group of candlesticks that we see over here. Do you get it? We need a group of candlesticks that we see over here before we call it consolidation. If I'm lying, this is a downtrend. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. If not, this is an uptrend. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. If not, this right here is an uptrend. And imagine you could have seen this uptrend. You wouldn't have waited on over here for that breakout to here, but rather catch this uptrend with a small or minimal stop loss over here. If you are watching it over here, just like this, where it's just 45 pips over here. For how many pips? 805. That is crazy risk to reward. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Why? Because you were scared to trade within the consolidation area, waiting for this area, and you missed this whole pips. Do you get it? Now you get manipulated over here because now you are entering off after it has broken out here. Instead of you to wait for this retest even, some of us might even just enter and then right up over there. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now consolidation is just a chart pattern because chart patterns are a group of candlesticks. Do you get it? You need group of candlesticks before you can actually say that this is a chart pattern. Now head and shoulders and whatnot and all those things, you can call this area here head and shoulder. This up here, this came here, this came here, this came here, and then shot up. Do you get it? Now if you call this area, these two as its shoulders and the head over here, what are you using to say this? You are using that to call this area head and shoulders because of group of candlesticks. Because of group of candlesticks. Is everyone getting what I'm trying to explain? Because of the group of candlesticks. Exactly. I hope that answers your question very well. Now, if I zoom in here, we are not talking about only just groups. If I zoom in, we can clearly see the higher highs and higher lows of the downtrend that I'm talking about. Do you get it? This is not group of candlesticks. This is one, each candlesticks, and it comes to create a low over here, pushed up to create its what? Lower high. This is the high price. It came up to create its lower high over here, as you could see. Dropped to create a lower low, as you could see. Created a lower high, and this over here came to create a lower low. Now, this was supposed to come and create a lower high over here. But what happened? It broke it, and this is what I call a change of market structure. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? As soon as price was supposed to continue, this is you looking into detail into what the candlestick is telling you. Now, the candlestick was telling you this is a downtrend. It's still overall downtrend. Look at it carefully. This was coming down, as you could see. Now, as soon as it created the lower low over here, that's rejected, telling you buyers came in to reject the market. And then the buyers pushed it further up equal to this area. What it should tell you is it is no more following this market structure or this market movement. Do you get it? Now a new one is about to be formed. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So this area, this small area that you see is also a consolidation area because when you add this group of candlesticks, price consolidated here for some time. Do you get it? Now, price started with this new trend over here, as you could see. It came here, created this low, came down over here, now came to create this, a lower high, new high, as you could see. It created a new high here, came down to create a new lower low, a new lower high, and then boom, to create another lower low. So as soon as you see this, see that, and see this rejection over here, and looking downwards, price coming down below, you could enter this area here. I'm not showing you entry yet, but I'm just making an example. So you could enter somewhere like this. Do you get it? TP1 being the bottom of the resistance over here still makes your risk to reward good, because 1:2 risk to reward ratio, as you can see over here. And then further down, TP2, as you are seeing over here, 1:4 or 5 risk to reward ratio before it continues downwards and downwards and downwards. Please do get what I'm trying to explain. So you could see when it comes to the movement itself, it is following the higher highs and higher lows. But once it breaks a structure, yes, it has to consolidate before it creates what? Before it moves to the next market as well. Inside that consolidation, you're always going to get higher highs and higher lows. What question is it? Which time frame is the best to do this? Which time frame is the best to do? Any time frame. I'll be trading live with this. That is why I said I always take long whenever I am actually teaching this. Do you get it? Because I want people to really understand the language of the candlestick. So you can do it on any 1 minute, 5 minutes. That is why I said this is for binary. This is for everything. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, daily. It depends on the strategy you use. That is why I'm not teaching strategy, but just the language of the candlesticks. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Once you are done, you can now, if your strategy is, if you are a type of intraday trader, then you know how to show you the type of time frames you have to be using this. If you are a swing trader, the best time frames you have to be doing that. We have something called the risk factor. You understand? That is, if I am an intraday trader, if I find my entries on 15 minutes chart, I have to multiply 15 by 6, by 4, 5, 6. These three numbers, you can write it in the chat box. For others who didn't hear, can hear 4, 5, 6. We have 4, 5, and 6. I put it in 4, 5, 6. It's called, you multiply the time frame you're on, 15 by 4, 15 by 5, 15 by 6. Any of them. Once you multiply, whatever you get. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Whatever you get, let's say, let me use 5 for example, because 5 will be easier. You understand? So if you have 5, 5, you have 25 minutes chart. You get it. 5, 6, you have 30 minutes chart. So when you are using 5 minutes as your entry and you are intraday, that means you can use 30 minutes as your bigger time frame and 1 hour as your bigger time frame. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? 30 minutes as your bigger time frame and 1 hour as your bigger time frame. Because 5 minutes chart as entry, you are kind of like intraday scalper kind of a thing. So you don't really need daily and 4 hours kind of a thing. Is what I'm saying making sense? That is a risk factor. This shows you the time frame you are supposed to actually be using. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So back to the explanation of the real movement of the market. So you need a downtrend and then you need an uptrend. You are always supposed to listen to the language of what price is telling you. Does this make sense to everyone? Does this make sense to everyone? Put some 222s in the chat box if you just learned something. Put some 222s in the chat box if you are learning something. Let me know if you're learning something. I just want to know before I move on. 222, 222, 222. Great. Put some 222s in the chat box if you are learning something right now. Great. Nice. Now let's see how we use this. As I said, I'm not teaching strategy. I'm just teaching you guys how to use this to actually trade the market. You get it? Now let's just close this right now. The market is actually on an uptrend right here. If I show you my strategy, that is just for scalping. I don't think you need my strategy. You just need how to exit and enter the market. Am I right? If I'm right, you can just put right. If not, you need something, just put it in the chat box. I will add it. Do not worry. I'm not hiding anything. All right. So anyways, that is just by the way. I see something in the chat box. I hope people are not saying they need it. Right. Yeah, you all have your own strategies. So, you just need how to enter and exit the trade, as I'm saying. So we all can testify this. This is listening to the language. I want someone to just, you can unmute if you want, don't worry. I want someone to just say something. How many of you think this, at this moment, how many of you think the market is on a buy or on an uptrend right now? How many of you think the market is on an uptrend right now? Like overall, looking at this.
I do.
All right, great. Who is that? Maybe you can use the name. Maybe you can put it in the chat so I see the number of people. Emmanuel, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Great. How many of you? Okay, let me make it this so that I know how many people who are doing this. Those of you who think it's an uptrend, put 111. If you don't put it, it means you don't agree. All right. Precious, Guillaume, Emmanuel, great. Royal, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I have 5 people. The rest, you think it's not? So what do you think is doing the rest? Is it consolidating or I went to 111? Great. So most of you think it's an uptrend at the moment. Now, yes, I like Christopher, the only odd one out. What do you say? You said by the end what? There is a change. Great. I like that.
Like a counter trend line, right?
Okay, great. So what most people forgot over here is price. I asked the question. It's just that is the same thing. You see, it's language. I asked the question that how many of you think that the price or the market is on an uptrend right now? Do you listen to the language? I didn't say the group of candlesticks you are seeing over here. I said, how many of you think the price, this is the price. I hope you're seeing my screen. The current price is this one. This dotted lines is what you're seeing the price. Do you guys see what I'm trying to explain? Now, overall, on the bigger picture, yes, it's an uptrend, as we are all seeing here. But currently, it is dropping. I hope you're all seeing this. This is a downtrend at the moment. And this is the small language people tend to miss. Is everyone seeing what I'm trying to explain? Is everyone getting me? It's on a downtrend currently, exactly. So Christopher had it right. I could see, I hope Palmer Chise did not just put downtrend right now because I've already said it. I didn't see his message right now. So this is an overall downtrend. I hope you get what I'm trying to explain. This is an overall downtrend. So yes, on the bigger picture, it's on a downtrend. So if you want to catch pips, I want you to really, really get what I'm trying to explain. Look at how long it took with this whole big buy. You get it? So if you want to trade this market and you think this is an overall buy, so you're looking for buys right now, then this is what you have to do. You have to wait for this current price, this dotted lines you are seeing, to come and hit this trend line over here before you even jump into the market. Is what I'm saying making sense to everyone? If you are thinking this is a buy right now, yes, if you are thinking this is a buy right now, then on the reality, if you are entering buys in the middle here, then you don't actually know what you are doing. You are supposed to wait for price to come and hit this trend line you are seeing over here before you even find or start looking for buys. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Because I am on the daily chart. This is a bigger time frame. It takes 1 day for a candlestick over here to form. So before you even think of buy, exactly, to meet a higher low, exactly. So you need a higher low on this bigger picture before you even think of buying. So everyone who is chasing this buy is actually entering this trade with the fear of what? Missing out. FOMO, as my brother told you guys in the morning, yeah. FOMO, do you get it? And then it will kick you out over here with it coming to test this lower area that you are seeing. With it coming to test this lower area that you are seeing over here, and you think, price, they are manipulating it. Look, as soon as it hit me out here, it's going back up. Of course, because it's coming to create this lower low. It doesn't know you entered. You get what I'm trying to explain? It's not manipulating you. It's just coming to form its higher low over here before it moves. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So everyone who wants to be intraday trading, if you want to be making money every single day, you are looking at the current position of the price. You get what I'm trying to explain? So you come now, overall, it's doing this. It's on a downtrend. So I loved Gideon's chat that he posted the last time because it was gold. And I saw him having this channel over there. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Even this overall channel is telling you, you have it there. This buy doesn't mean throw away the buy. It is there, but it's a long term. This buy is just there for you to remind you that if price, as you see, is dropping, if it comes to this area here, it's telling you be careful because it's at the reversal area. Do you guys get what I'm trying to explain? I'm teaching you how to understand the languages of price. I hope everyone, no one is sleeping on me right here. I hope no one is sleeping on me right here. If you are still with me, put some 222s in the chat box. If you are still with me, put some 222s in the chat box right now. Great. Put some 222s. Great. All right. So this is just a quick answer for you, Emmanuel, with why you lost. Now, let me show you. You might think the gold is, you might be insulting gold by now. Saying gold is a fucked up market or something, and is you enter and it's going, it keeps on going on the buy. But look at where you are entering as a sell. Now, do you get it? Look at where you are entering a sell. You are entering a sell at the support area. Come on. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? You are entering a sell at a support area, expecting the price to drop. Where is it going to? It has reached its support. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? It has reached its support. But if you don't understand the language of the current price, now what is it going to do? It will teach you that lesson. If you remember the last time on the call, I said, when you are learning, after I explained this, in order for you to really get this very, very well, you need to go to the mentors of mentor. And this is the mentors of all the mentors. Do you get it? That is the forex market. This is where you get the experience from. All your mentors, this is their mentor. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? And this is the most disciplined among all your mentors. Most of us will still make that emotional mistakes because we are still humans. But when it comes to the forex market, it is a system. As soon as it hits a support and it's supposed to reject, it will reject. Is what I'm saying making sense? All right. So at this current trend, you should look for sells unless it hits the higher low. Then you go for a buy. Exactly. Now, inside this box, there is even a language inside. I'll come in. I'm just giving a bigger picture of the language. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Inside this language over here, I'll come in and then explain this. In this thing that looks like a consolidation, there is still a language inside telling you there's something that the market is telling you on the lower time frames. Do you get it? Now, this is just you showing you guys how to enter a trade. I'm not talking about strategy, anything. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? I'm just showing you guys how to use your strategy to perfect it very well to enter a trade. Now, this right here, let's say you have trapped the market. That's why I said I love Gideon's chats. He did this channel over here. Now, let's just say after that, I'll cut this part off and then we trade. Now, on the 4 hours over here, on the 4 hours, as we are seeing, we see price dropped to this area here that you see, and then it rejected. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? It dropped to this previous area here. There is a rejection. There is a rejection over here. I don't know if I want to see if I can open another trading view of my personal gold chart that I have already drawn for you to see something before I even explain something to you. I don't know if it will still be there. I will quickly close it. Okay, so I think I deleted that line, but I had my take profit over there. So now I had my take profit over here. I had my take profit over here, but I saw most people having it down here and something like here as well. I'll explain it. It has that possibility, as you can see, to push further back down. I have my line, understanding it, knowing that it's on a downtrend. Before I even think of a buy, it has to break this whole structure for me. before I think of a buy to the upside. But that is just by the way. I wanted you to see there is a language here that is telling you here that happened, and it's just respecting that story it told previously at this right side. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? What happened at the left, even though it didn't happen the same way, but it's respecting the reversal areas that happened previously. Now, if you are being caught up at this consolidation area over here that you see, and then in order for you to catch this buy, I'm just teaching you guys for you to be able to see a move before it even happens. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? That is what I want to teach you guys, for you to be able to see a move before it even happens. And you can even catch news with this thing if you understand the language, because there is no way there is going to be that manipulation for you to see, even if it comes and then a wick comes in. If this, as you could see, news can do something like this. So news can come back down with some wick over here, and as soon as it's done, it just rejects very fast. If you get it, it quickly rejects to the upside and then go to its original move. Do you get it? But as you will see that if you understand the language, this wick, what did it do? It respected this uptrend. It just came to kick people out. But those using the support area and their stop loss somewhere here, yeah, it will kick you out. But what did it do? It respected what it was supposed to do and go back up. Do you guys get what I'm trying to explain over here right now? It respected it, kicked it here, and then shot up where it was supposed to go. But that is just by the way. People will call this like a rising wedge and then kind of a thing, like kind of a chart pattern, because the main reason why is because it will be creating this small uptrend kind of a thing that you'll be seeing as it is going up. And then what this actually means is that buyers are stronger in the market. When you see it, look at this. I want you to see when the consolidation market is about to get broken. Look at it carefully. Now, when this was going up, it was going up in that uptrend here, telling you the buyers are stronger. But as soon as it got here, there was this huge drop that came over here, rejected, and started a downtrend over here. So look at how this one approached. Look at how this approached this buy over here. And then if you come, look at how this one is approaching this. Do you get it? You could see that when it comes here, it didn't even hit the support. It shoots up. It drops, it shoots a little bit up here, comes back down again, gets trapped in the middle here. This consolidation area is something that you should stay away from. But if not this small consolidation like this and bigger like this, you can make money off it. So it did this somewhere, and then what happened? It wasn't still able to break this. Do you get it? 2 or more touches that they always talk about. Let's say even. We haven't seen this. So we drew it of this 2 touches. Do you get it? We drew it off just this 2 touches. So 1, 2, and we see that, price is going up. Now look at how strong just this small 2 touches trend line was. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, first one, boom, it came here, it touched, immediately it rejected. Do you get it? It came here, then immediately it rejected. So you will come and you will see price heading up like this. What it's telling you is the way it is rising upward, that's strong to the resistance. Be careful looking for sales over here. It's what I'm saying making sense to everyone. Be careful looking for sales when price is going up like this, approaching a resistance. Be very careful because it will break it and then shoot to the upside. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Unless it breaks this strong trend line you are seeing here. Not just only the trend line, I will show you what you have to use as well to catch the reverse. But if it doesn't, it is going to the upside, and look at what it did. Shot up very beautifully as well. So you could see that when it came here and dropped and went up, all these reversal areas were very strong. Now, when I put this over here and we go to where the current price is now, do y'all see the same area as where price rejected? I hope everyone is seeing it. The same area is where price rejected right here, as you are seeing. And this area over here is a very strong reversal area. But you wouldn't notice these areas because you think your measure, just like 2-3 touches you are seeing over here, is supposed to be the measure. So you are waiting for price to go over there as well before you actually enter, but you're not listening to the language. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? But you're not really listening to the language. So I had my TP there, but how many people will actually see it? Do you get what I'm trying to explain? How many people will actually see this? You are putting it somewhere here. You are not listening to the language. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? You are not listening to the language. I'm repeating it again. If you listen to the language, if you actually listen to the language, this is what is going to happen. If I go back previously, I haven't gone very, very back, but if I go, we will still see a reversal area at this point. You see, even making it being very, very strong, but it still reversed. But here it was little, but I still respected it. Let's go back and see. Now watch this. You see this? It hits and look at how it dropped. But it's caught up in the middle, so you think it's not important. Do you see what I'm saying? Look at how price rejected off it right here, and you think it's not important, but at this middle one that is not important, look at how the big moves happened on it. This big buy happened on it over here, and that same one, this big sell happened on it over here. It doesn't mean this one will be a big buy, but even with it not being a big buy, look at how many pips this is. That is 280. Do you get it? That is 200 pips. 200 pips, you are still in the trade. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to explain. Then maybe you are using 0.01. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? You want more pips because you're using 0.01. But that is just by the way. So it's mostly about market structure. When I talk about deep, most people will feel lazy teaching this. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain? Most people will feel lazy getting into detail. That is why they tell you backtest. This is what they mean. You have to understand the language. It's not about you watching YouTube and think it's free. You get it? That is why people charge and all these things, because it is stressful sitting behind. Do you get it? Teaching this days for days, because maybe some of you are getting it. Some people, might not. Some people, you have to repeat it more than once. You have to repeat it day in and day out for them to, because they don't get why the candlesticks are respecting a blank areas. Is what I'm saying making sense right now? Put some 222s in the chat. If you are getting something from this call right now, put some 222s in the chat right now. If you're getting something from this call, put some 222s. Great. As my brother told you, you are going to know how to trade. You will know how to trade after these calls that we are going to be teaching you. You will know how to trade. So you can even put it in the chat box before we close. I am a trader now. You can just put it in the chat box. I am a trader now. You understand? You can just put it there. I am a trader now, because you will know how to trade. You understand? You are a trader now. So you will know how to trade. So this right here that you are seeing is market language. Now, let's just see, you are analyzing the market. Let's just say now we have drawn this channel over here. We are on the 4-hour charts. We come here, price is, so you would think price has to hit your downtrend line you have drawn over here and whatnot. Let's go to the 1 hour. Now, on the 1 hour, let's see something. On the 1 hour, let's see something. Now, this area you are seeing over here, yes, is a support area. Most people will say it, they will draw a zone. I like my zones being very small. It's not supposed to be that big. I've seen some people's chart is very big. Not really. So you can see I have a zone over here. I drew it because over here, you could see price hit here, reversed, it hit here, it went up, and then a breakout. I'm not talking much about drawing charts, is because I know people mostly know how to draw charts as well. So you could see my zone is here. Price came and retested the zone and dropped beautifully. My TP was just here, but you can see it broke through. And now it's rejecting back up with that area that I was talking about. So I don't want to go back because I've already explained it to you. Now, how do you catch this sell? Do you get what I'm trying to explain? How do you know that this sell is coming? How do you even understand it? And then how do you catch it? But first of all, is there a question so far? I think I saw one question that I'm supposed to answer. So we can say if it is about to break our consolidation, it will be on a small uptrend. Exactly. Nice. That's what you can say. Not only a small uptrend, it's going to be on a small downtrend if it's breaking on a sell. It always happens. It happens on any time frame. It can happen on the 1 minute, 5 minutes, second chart, whatever. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? This happens. And then you don't know because you are not looking at it on a bigger picture. Do you get it? And then why are you not looking at the big picture? Because you are not listening to the language. Do you get it? You are not listening to the language. So as soon as you listen to the language, yes, you are going to get it. You are going to get it. So I use 1 hour, 4 hours, and 1 day. Which one should I scrutinize per? Which one should you scrutinize per? Well, or let's just say, which one do you use as your entry? Sorry, everyone on the call. Sorry, guys, if we are all learning together. So he said he uses daily charts 4 hours and then 1 hour to trade. And he's asked, yeah.
I basically just look for trends with the daily, and then I look for trends and then draw major resistance and support lines with the daily, and then do the other manipulations on the 4 hour and then look for entries on the 1 hour.
Okay, great. So you draw your daily, your 4 hours for further confirmation, and then 1 hour for an entry. So you are an intraday trader. So intraday trader, what you actually do or which charts you need all. But what I'll just advise is daily charts takes 1 full day. Do you get it? It takes 1 full day to actually form a new candlestick. So why do you keep on going there? You just need that just once a week. Do you get it? But if you go there, if you keep going there, you're not supposed to go there to be drawing charts all the time. What do you have to go there to do? Just listen to the language. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, the language over here is a sell language. Is everyone getting it? The language over there is a sell language. Now, since it's a sell language, what is price doing? This overall is telling you a downtrend. Now, look at this. Let's say if you come and you miss this. Now, price dropped, you missed it. It pulled back again for you to enter again. It dropped, you missed it. A third one right now, it dropped. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? You missed it. So if you want to re-enter, you're supposed to wait all the way for price to come back again. It doesn't mean it will come up like this. It could even play around over here for some time before it even touches here for you, before it drops. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Before it actually calms down. So on the daily chart, all this thing will take you weeks, even months, because 1 day, well, how many days? Like maybe 7 days and maybe somewhere like here. That is 1 week already gone. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So daily chart, you just come to listen to the language. Me, when I come on a daily chart, because I'm a scalper, so when I come on a daily chart, what do? I just come to look at the candlestick, just one candlestick, because I already know the names of the candlestick. I've read Bible, candlestick Bible, and whatnot. So as soon as the candlestick starts forming, as soon as it comes to hit this and I see this rejection, I know this is going to be a pin bar. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So I know the rest of the day is going to shoot up. So I already have my bias of the market. I just need to listen to the language and catch that continuation. Is what I'm saying making sense? So on the daily charts, you won't really be actually needing it. You understand? You won't actually be needing it that much. You just actually need to understand the language. I repeat again, you just need to understand the language. When you come, whatever the price will be telling you is what you'll be listening. People, maybe something like this. It's an uptrend. When I come, maybe I was late. This has formed, this one here is called like a Murubunu. Murubunu means candlestick continuation. Do you get it? So as soon as I see this, the next candlestick coming in is still going to tell me it's not ready to sell yet. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So I have seen my daily candlestick. Now I know for the rest of the day, even this small sell, I don't care because I know it's just scaring people. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So I don't really analyze a lot on a daily. So once I do, I still do it. I do it once a week. So as soon as I come over here, as soon as I see someone laughing in there, Ken says, yeah. As soon as I see it over here, now I know it's gonna go up. So we pull back to the 4 hours. Now it's here, and what is it doing? It's going up. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, even if you don't know candlesticks, that's why I'm teaching you guys the language. Even if you don't know candlesticks, now let's come to the 1 hour. This is where if you want to listen to languages, where you find your entries is where you have to really listen to the language. I hope that this answers your question, which is the 1 hour. Where you find the languages is where you have to listen to that language. Sorry, where you find your entries. Sorry, where you find your entries is where you have to listen to the language. Now, if you quite remember, the buy that I took up here was very strong. Do you get it? And then when I saw your setup, I was like, whoa, because I had the same thing waiting for. That's why I said 9 setup. I love it. Do you get it? And then what happened? It shot up, get into this zone, as you are seeing here. And then as soon as it got there, it kissed it and then dropped. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, the language for me, if you remember, I told you look for an entry. The language for me, I remember, I quite saw it. You found your entry somewhere middle here. So when I actually entered around here, actually. So that pullback that while I was kicking you guys out, I think it was which one? I think it's this week. Because I think you guys entered more than once or so. So this pullback that was kicking you guys out, that was still around my entry or so. Because my stop loss was still around somewhere up here. Do you get it? It was still within above the trend line or inside that trend line. Why am I saying that? Because if I go to the lower time frame, the language becomes clearer. The lower time frame that I go, it becomes easier and easier for me because I see my what? My low, my high, my low, my higher low, and then my higher highs. Do you get it? This is 15 minutes chart. Now, are we all seeing this uptrend? What is it doing? It's creating this. It creates my low, my high, my higher low, my higher high, higher low, comes to create my higher high, higher low, then comes to create its higher high. And then now, as soon as I want you to take note of it, as soon as it becomes equal to the previous higher low, the structure has changed. You guys get what I'm trying to explain? When I say structure, I mean movement. As soon as it comes here and it becomes equal, even if it continues going up, this is a new trend. This is a new movement from this new low. The previous one is over. It's over. It's starting a new thing. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, when I come to the lower time frame, the lower I go, it becomes more clearer and clearer. Do you get it? Now, this is what I meant by a trend within a trend. Now, this is the true original trend where it started from. That means this is the bigger trend line. Now, it became stronger and stronger as it was going. So we have trends within a trend. Do you get it? We have trends within a trend. Now, this is the trend. So as soon as it comes here and drops and shoots up, it's creating another trend in within. Now came to find its original higher low over here. It came here to find its original higher low over here. Now, this trend was creating over here. So down, high, a new one, a new trend, and it got broken as soon as it became equal over here. And a new one started from here and then created and continue with the original one. Now, you seeing it? The lower time frame I go, the more the language becomes clearer. But on the 1 hour, you saw it like just candlestick, big candlesticks. Do you get it? You are seeing it like just big candlestick. Now on the 1 hour, it's even more clearer. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Look at it. Nice upside over here. Then the new trend that was formed over there. Then the new trend that was formed over there, as you are seeing. Now, I want you to watch this. Another new trend that was being formed over here. You are seeing it. As soon as it got broken, what happened? It sells. As soon as it changes its structure, it sells to the downside. I know most people, I remember when I'm teaching, most people are like, wow, so that is why you like trend lines a lot. Because it tells me the language. It doesn't let me see the movement, but it tells me that price is changing. So imagine you are on the 1 minute chart. This is why I like 1 minute, because my entries become less. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So with you, Emmanuel, that you said 4 hours, 8 hours, daily, 4 hours and 1 hour, most people will tell you 1 minute is noise. I don't like it. It's too fast. It's just telling you language and you're not listening because you are scared to listen. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, as you could see, this is an uptrend. Now, as soon as it came to the zone, this is the same zone we saw on the 1 hour. What is happening? It's dropping. Now, what happened here? It broke out for me. And what did it do? Retest. Do you get it? It retests. Now, if it retests, this area here is where I'm going to put my stop loss. I hope everyone is seeing it. This is on the 1 minute too. I'm showing you, those of you, when someone says they send trade and then you are asking of the time frame and what's not, kind of a thing. I'm showing you how to even find a nice entry on shift signals. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? How to even find a nice entry on shift signals. Now, as soon as it's being sent to you and you're on the 1 minute like this, now this is a resistance area. As you can see, price resisted here, dropped for me, then broke out and has broken it over here. So now it's a resistance. It was a support over here, it became a resistance over here. Now I'm entering this trade. There's on the 1 minute. I'm going in for a sell. Now price rejected here. My stop loss is over here for 29 pips. Do you get it? Now my stop loss is over there for just 29 pips. Now watch this. I'm going back to the 1 hour because I just came here to find an entry. I hope everyone is seeing this. I just came there to find an entry. Now I'm in the market. So I'm going back to where I did my first analysis and find my take profit. This is for you, Emmanuel, that you talked about. This is for you that you talked about you using the 1 hour, 4 hours and everything. For me, I always advise you need all time frames, but you just need to select some. So you can see my screen. I have all favorite. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 minute. I don't have favorites. These are all the time frames I use, but not all the time. Do you get it? So over here, now price, this is where my TP was. Do you get it? This is where my TP was, and I'm widening it. Now look at this and tell me this risk to reward is not crazy for you. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? If this risk to reward ratio is crazy for you, put some 333s in the chat box right now. Put some 333s in the chat box right now. Are y'all seeing this? Because I do not feel comfortable entering a trade. I don't feel comfortable entering the trade and seeing pullbacks. So I listen to the language. Now I went to the 1 minute. This is an intraday trade. Do you get it? This is an intraday trade. So I'm listening to the language. Do you see how the trend line is just over here, looking like it's not even a nice trend line, kind of a thing? But on the 1 minute, it told you a language. It made sense for you over there. Yeah, all the brain will kick in. Exactly, it will kick in. So do you see that risk to reward? So if you kick me out, I've just lost 25 pips. Do you get it? And I was going for how many pips? 300 pips. And it did hit TP. I hope you are seeing it. So you just went there to find your entry, which is over here. And then you could be doing TP ones. For me, I'm a scalper. So I could be doing some TPs over here, 65, my TP2, maybe 171, and my final TP, 300. Is everyone seeing it? So this is me listening to the language. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? And that is the movement of the market. So the market dropped over here, and as soon as I hit my TP, it even continued to that support area that we are all seeing down there. To that support. This is for intraday traders that I'm explaining. Those who think, oh, scalpers are using this and what's not. This is that was just by the way for you, the intraday traders. You understand? And it is good. That risk to reward is even good. You can still do the same thing. You can put it here if you want, risking 100 pips, which I won't do for 300 pips. Is still 1:3 risk to reward that people do. I won't, because I'm listening to the language. I'm waiting for the market to tell me I'm ready to go. I've already kicked people out. I've already taken their losses. So I'm ready to go. Then I'll follow. I hope everyone is getting what I'm trying to explain over here. I hope everyone is getting what I'm trying to explain over here right now. I see that candlestick pattern is a morning star, yeah? A morning star is a combination of 3 candlesticks. Do you get it? And a morning star is an indication of a buy, not a sell. So if you are looking for a buy, yeah, then you are looking for an evening. If you're looking for a sell, you are looking for an evening star. But if you're looking for a buy, then yeah, you are looking for a morning star. Do you get it? So you're looking for a sell, you're supposed to be looking for evening star, not a morning star. Do you get it? Yeah, I understand. So this here is just it's a shooting star. Shooting star can be in any colors. This one is a shooting star. It can be in green, blue. You can understand. As long as the difference between shooting star and hammer is that the wick is above in the shooting star, and then a hammer has its wick below. Like the wick is below. That is a hammer, and then but not the colors. Some people even tend to use same colors for candlestick because they don't want to get confused. You get it? But I didn't even enter. That was not my confirmation of entry though. I don't usually use candlestick to confirm my entries because if you listen to the language too much, you get tricked. So I have indicators as well to confirm my entries after the trend has been followed. So let's just say this sell continued and then dropped for you as it is doing. So you could see binary, you could see this can be using for binary as well. And then it hits, you buy, it comes, it hits, you buy, it breaks, you sell, like that, and so on and so forth as well. That is just by the way. Now, how then were you supposed to catch that buy in case, let's say, even if it rejected? Now, I remember Sheila posted something in the chats that we were in about how price is actually how price is going on a sell. I remember you said something, how price is going on a sell, and then is anyone seeing price selling to 1707? I think it was here or somewhere that someone said, if you remember. And then I told you something. I told you price is not telling me that. Price is telling me what? Price is telling me price is going up. So you should be careful. You understand? I understand the price is going up. So be careful. Wait for price to tell you that I'm going there before you follow. Now, what did I mean by that? What I meant, let me go to the lower time frame so that you get the language very well. What I meant was at that time, price was here. At that time, price was here, as you could see. So at that time, price was following this language. This is a new trend, it's just formed, but price was following this language. Do you get it? Price was on this language. Before there was this breakout. Now I told you I'll add something to it before you actually go. For me, why I won't enter, this is not on the 1 minute for me to enter off a breakout of a trend line. So why I wouldn't go in this one over here, that you always have to listen to the language of the past. Why I wouldn't go in this one for a sell after you broke this language of this uptrend is, now do you see it? Price rejected here for a buy, price came here and then broke out here. It consolidated a little bit in this zone, and then now it has to respect this. So if I want to go in for a sell, I repeat, I don't like pullbacks. So if I want to go in for a sell, I would rather catch this over here after I break out of this zone to this area over here for my cool 100 pips. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? I would rather catch mine for my cool 100 pips over here, and then people will be like, wow, I'm risking 48 for 100 pips over here. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Then boom, I'm in, I sell, I make my profit, I'm out of the market as well. I ride it nicely. So I'm always looking for the impulse movement like this. I caught this buy. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? I caught this buy because when it came here, what did it do? It rejected. Those of you who know candlestick, you know this is bullish engulfing, as you are seeing over there. So it engulfed this red over here, and what did it do? Shot up. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So I was just listening to the language. I hope everyone gets what I'm trying to explain. So with this language, for scalpers, they will understand this language and sell over here and be selling and be selling and be selling. Maybe lose one trade over here. Then when it breaks this, buy, make their money and still be in profit because they are listening to the language. So this is what I mean by always trend followers. I'm a trend follower because the trend is your friend. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? The trend is your friend. You will lose some. You get it? Oh yes. Oh, so it's creating rising wedge. On which part? On the 1 minute where I was talking about, or which one? On the 1 hour, yeah, kind of. On the 1 hour, this is what it's doing. I want you to see this. On the 1 hour, I always tell you this. This is language. I'll cut this off, and then we will see the live movement of it, and then I'll now be calling people to be asking questions, so that you understand. I want to make sure everyone gets this. Do you get it? So this is the first language. Price is coming down. Is everyone seeing this? Price is coming down. If you come to understand this language, that this is how price is coming down. It's coming. This is a type of a downtrend. So once you get caught up in this type of price, do not get scared or do not get worried, because that is how price is moving. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, this is the first language. This is how price started moving. Like this. Okay, let me make this way. This is the first trend. Now the trend within that trend. Now price did this. Is everyone seeing this? Now when I come to the 15 minutes, I have my first serious downtrend. This is what price was doing on the 15 minutes, as you are seeing. Price came down, hit here. What was it doing? Do you see it? This is not rising. So there's a falling wedge. So you see the price. Do you see? I explained something to you on a bigger time frame. I hope everyone remembers. What did I explain? I told you, guys, that whenever price is about to break a support or a resistance, look at how it approaches it. If you understand the language, you will love it. Like you will love trading so much that when you are trading, you will be laughing. Do you get it? I see. Now I get why people love scalping. Exactly. If you understand the language, you know, my Ghanaians, if you're on the call, you know that when you are speaking tree with your fellow Ghanaians, it's fun. Like, you'll be using some words, and because you love the language, because you know how to speak it. Exactly. Just like this. If you know how to speak it and it's dropping, you understand, oh, it's going to drop here. You see it dropping, like, wow, like, you know that it's telling you I'm going to drop. Let's go, or don't follow me, I'm going. Do you guys get what I'm trying to explain right now? It's kind of like you're talking to candlesticks right here. So once you understand this, you get to know, look at how price approached the support area over here. Do you see it? And as soon as I approach it this way, what happened? Boom. Do you get it? As soon as I approached it this way, what happened? Boom. It dropped. Is everyone seeing what I am explaining over there as well? As soon as I approached it that way, what happened? Boom. I just want you to see an examples of it. This area here is a support area that you are seeing. Price is rejecting there, right? Now look at how price is approaching it. How is price approaching it? You see it? So it approached it this way, got to that area. Then as soon as it broke this trend line, what happened? It consolidated over there a little bit. So we played around over here a little bit because it hasn't fully broken out of the zone. And then what does it do? As soon as, even if I go to the lower time frame, language, do you get it? Let me come to 5 minutes. You see that it approached it. Oh, let me put something there so that it doesn't miss, because I don't want to miss it. Let me zoom further in. Maybe I might see it on. Sorry, I'm supposed to make it smaller instead. Yeah. It's like this. Yeah. Yeah. So I want you to see this. Where is it? Where is it? It's back here. Yeah, this is where it broke it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that was that on the bigger time frame. So you see how whenever it wants to break it, this is where it acted, or the trend line, the bigger one, it came there, it consolidated. This is where the consolidation was happening inside. But even if you go to the lower time frame, when it was time for it to break it, do we all see the same thing? If you are seeing the same thing, put 222 in the chat box. When it was time to break it, is everyone seeing the same thing? Now, when it did, what happened? Boom. Boom. Is everyone saying the same thing? If you are saying it, say I see it. Put I see it in the chat box. Put I see it in the chat box. Nice, nice, nice. When I'm in the market, I don't see this stuff. Oh, yes. So that is it. You won't see it. That is why I said I'll be playing a live one on this call. That's why I said whenever I teach this, I take long because I really want. I don't waste time. Now most people don't see me available because I don't take my work just lenient. Whenever I'm in a private session or one-on-one, I want people to understand what I'm saying. You get what I'm trying to explain? So I take my time and teach. Exactly. I see. Cliff say you don't see it because you don't look. Thank you, bro. I see you are here, bro. You don't see it because you don't look. Exactly. Just like I say, you are not listening to the language. When I came here at first, I want to just tell you guys a story. When I came into Ukraine at first, they speak Ukrainian. My brother is here. He can testify. I asked him like, whenever you call a taxi, is everyone, I don't know if you've noticed, they speak the same thing. They repeat the same thing over and over. And I'll be like, these people too, they are speaking this language. I don't even hear anything. What they are saying, I don't hear. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? But I was learning in class. I don't know if you get it. I was learning language in class. But how come I wasn't hearing? Because I wasn't listening. Is everyone really listening to what I'm saying? Because I wasn't listening. Now, when I started listening, I understood what they were asking me. You get what I'm trying to explain? Now, when I started listening, I understood what they were asking me, and it started making sense. Is everyone getting what I'm trying to explain? I'll repeat it, don't worry. I'll repeat. I said, whenever trend wants to get broken, whenever it wants to break a trend, watch it carefully because it's telling you I'm ready to break it. Look at this. Is everyone seeing how this is approaching this one over here? I hope you are seeing it. How it is approaching the support is telling you I'm ready to break the support. Then you will see one big bullish engulfing candlestick that will engulf and break this trend line. And what would that tell most people? That buyers have overtaken them. And then that is why most people will say, oh, bullish engulfing, let me enter. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to explain. Oh, bullish engulfing, let me enter because it has reversed. Buyers are now in control. Now look at this. Look at this. Price was approaching the same way over here. Do you see it? Price was approaching it down like that over there. Then what happened? The sellers were not strong enough because when they got here and rejected, they got tired. So over here, the way they were approaching this, you could see is different from this. Look at how this started from up here. Look at how serious they approached this. Do you get it? And look at how this were approaching. You could see that these people are just playing around. Do you get it? You could see this is I like to call it the retail approach. Do you get it? This is like the retail traders approaching it. They are just, with their $100, their $1,000, their $10,000 that they have in one broker over there, and they are selling like that's in the market. The banks are laughing. So they wait for you to push a little bit to where they want to enter. They are like, come on, guys, get out. You get what I'm trying to explain? Then they get you out, and then a bullish engulfing happens over here. You see it right before this big buy. Bullish engulfing happens over here. You got engulf this. And then if you understand the language again, you could see that here to here. What is it doing? It started from a low, created a high. What is here? A higher low. Are you getting it? So as soon as the higher low happens, you could even get in before this bullish engulfing starts creating. And then as soon as you see a higher low over there, for me, I could put my stop loss here because I'm a scalper. That would be like 5 pip stop loss. I don't mind because if it breaks this, it's coming with the zone. So I don't mind risking that. But if you are scared, you can put it for 13 pip stop loss. Do you get it? And you are risking 13 for what? for 45 pips. Do you get it? That 1:4 risk to reward ratio. If you are risking 5, you could imagine outrageous risking. So understanding the language is very, very important. It's very, very, very important. I don't know if that answers your question. Like the approach or how you see this is very important. The approach of how you see this is very important. So as you could see, this one shot up. One thing I was telling you was look at how after this respected this trend line, look at how this was coming down. I want you to see the reason why I told you not to sell. Now look at how this was coming down. Is everyone seeing this? Now price dropped. Do you see it? Now price is here and then price dropped, hit this area, and what happened? Price broke it. Price broke this area and was somewhere in the middle here. So as soon as price broke this area on this upside over here, what is the language telling me? I told you guys that whenever you see a high and then a low over here, a lower high, lower low, lower high, and then a lower low, and price becomes equal to the previous lower high that you are seeing here, what does it tell you? The language has changed. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So as soon as market structure or market movement changes, you are not listening again to sellers. You are now following the trend. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? And then this is very insight because let's look at it carefully. This is 100 pips. You are looking for pips. Don't look at just candlesticks because you think it's very close. This is 100 pips you are seeing here. Is everyone seeing what I'm seeing? This is 100. This is not 20 pips. This is not 30 pips. This is not 10 pips. This is 100 pips. And you want 300 pips. You think the market will always move 300 pips in a day? That is funny. You get it? You want to trade every day, but you want to catch 300 pips every day. Do you get it? You want to trade every day, but you want to catch 100 pips every day. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now, watch this over here. Is everyone seeing it? So the language it was telling me, this was the first language that I drew on the smaller time frame. Let me delete this so that it doesn't confuse you. So this was a smaller time frame that was telling me. This was the buy that you could have caught if you were listening to the language. To this upside, 145. Do you get it? Now, what is it doing? I'm still in this small buy you are seeing over here with a TP somewhere here. Why? Because you see it has broken the trend line. And I've already taken more than half of that profit over there and the language is still up. So I'm always listening until I see a change. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So people are still waiting for that sell. You will wait till it comes here or maybe here before it rejects and you are still waiting. Maybe, who knows, if it gets here, it might even break and you were not listening to the language. Is what I'm saying making sense to everyone on this call? If you are getting what I'm trying to explain, put some one-on-ones in the chat box. As I said, don't sleep on me here because I know this is difficult to understand sometimes, but you will understand. 111, 111, 111. Great. So now, first of all, before I even go to playing a live trade, is there any questions so far? Is there any questions so far? Is there any questions so far? All right, so the questions are in. Let me see. It is like you have to draw trend lines anytime you want to enter the market. Yes. the reason is you have to find the lower lows and lower highs before you enter the market. And what will let you see that? Do you get it? And what will let you see that is because you have to actually know the trend. If you can use your eyes, sometimes I can use my eyes, sometimes I don't draw all the trend lines because the chart will look a little bit messy. Do you get it? So you have to see the lower high or the lower low before you enter the market. You can't just jump into the market because you are seeing price breaking a support or a resistance. Is what I'm saying making sense? You have to not live trading as in real chat. I'm going to play back. I see someone saying live trading session tonight. No, I'm going to play back just what has already happened, just to show people how it looks like. So you have to just listen to the language. That is all what I'm trying to explain to people. I hope that answers the question. Is there any further questions? All right. So looks like there is no further questions. So I'm going to be deleting this trend lines and this one, and then I'll cut some part off. Touch on fake outs a little bit. Okay. I will touch on the fake outs as well. And going when you finish. See y'all guys later. All right. Sure. I will touch on fake outs for everyone to see. But if before I touch on fake outs, I just want you all to see this. Fake outs, if you understand the language, it might be very less for you. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? If you come to understand the language, you might not see a lot of fake outs. Is what I'm saying making sense? If the fake outs and the manipulations, most people will think about that, price kicked me out because of this. Is because you are not listening to the language. Again, do you get what I'm trying to explain? But that doesn't mean there is no fake out at all. Sometimes it happens, yes, but fake outs are not that wide. If you are having something like, let me say something like this. If you are having a whole this like this over here as your fake out of this support area, then you are not drawing something right. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? If you could see, I started my zone from here because this is not what I need. I want to trade the current price. I'm listening to language, not what this is doing here because this is past. Is what I'm saying making sense to people? If you draw something like support and price does this to you, comes like this and fakes back up like this, then your support was somewhere wrong. Because if I want to trade this, I'll listen to the current areas. And what will I do? Look at this. I'll come here and listen to this language instead. Do you get it? Now, do you see that the gap in between this fake out that happened here and this fake out is very minimal? You see, this is very minimal and this is very wide. Is everyone getting what I'm trying to explain? Now, listen to this carefully. If you drew this support over here and you sold, then maybe you are selling to take profit here. But look at mine. What I just drew over here. Now I'm price closed outside. I'm waiting for the retest. What did the retest do? Close back inside. So I didn't get faked out. Do you get it? I didn't get faked out. I'm still back in my zone. I'm waiting. And what did it do? It came back up. So I'll rather what? Listen to the language and follow the buy. It's what I'm saying making sense to everyone. I'll follow the language and follow the buy, and I'll make money from that buy with that by just being lucky with just this little sell profit. So you have to, with fake outs, yes, it happens. It will be like this. But fake out is always there, but it's not manipulations. It's just that the force that the sellers came with the market, as my brother touched on liquidity, they have to find the next level area. This level you are seeing here is where they came to. Are you seeing this? This level that you are seeing here is where they came to find it. This level that we are all seeing over here, where price came to hit and then broke out, that is where they came to hit and reverse. But you cannot draw all these lines. That is why that you need the next closest one. You get it? So mine being close here, I didn't get faked out. Yes, it broke out, but the retest told me it came back in. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? These people will get faked out because they think, it's going, and it hits here and rejects, and then they are cursing the brokers. Is what I'm saying making sense to everyone? So fake outs, yes, fake outs happens, but if you understand the language, you know how to avoid them. Do you get it? I hope everyone understands what fake outs means. And I hope I'm not confusing anyone about fake out. Like maybe you need further understanding. Like maybe I have to really explain fake out for you to understand. Let me know. Put maybe 3 in the chat box so that I'll know that I have to explain it for you to understand. Put maybe 3 in the chat box so that I know I have to explain fake outs for you to understand. All right. 3. Okay, so I think I have 2 people who don't really know what fake out is. So that is just basic explanation. Fake out is when price, do you get it? When price breaks out of your support area. Very simple. What I'm trying to explain for you guys right now. When price, let me delete this because this is a bad support area. If you do that over there, fake out is when the price breaks your support area. When I say breaks, I mean close out. Not when you see the body outside though. This is not breakout. I want you to see it. This is not breakout. When it breaks like this, it hasn't broken out yet. It has to close. When I say close, let me come here for you to see something. Is everyone seeing numbers reading here? You see time, 18 minutes and then seconds, 17 minutes, 58 seconds. I hope you see it. Those who didn't understand fake out, I hope you are seeing it. You see time reading here. Exactly. Now, if depending on what time you are on, this time frame. So if I'm on the 1 hour time frame and then I see 1 hour candlestick breaking out like this or pushing through my support, what I have to do is to wait for the numbers reading here to close for that 17 minutes you saw to go to 0. And the next candlestick, this one, come before I call this candlestick a breakout candlestick. So the act of this candlestick closing below or above my resistance is what we call a breakout. Is it understandable? Those who didn't get fake out, I want to teach breakout first before, because if you don't understand fake out, you don't get breakout. Is what I'm saying making sense? Great. So it is not you just pushing through, it's what we call a breakout. It is the price actually closing outside. That is when you call this a breakout. Now, a fake out is when the next or couple, the other few or 2, the next 2, maximum 3. It shouldn't be more than the third one. If it's the third one and it's still below, it has rejected, but it's just playing around. You understand? Maximum like 3 or maybe 4th one, but that one not most often. It's when the second candlestick that comes after the breakout candlestick rejects of that area or falls back into your zone or breaks back above your zone area. Do you get it? So as soon as this comes up and closes back inside your zone or above your zone, then that whole 2 candlestick you see over there, these 2 candlesticks, we call those 2 candlesticks fake out. And when I say breaks back in, again, I mean closing. Wait for it to close. Always, when I'm talking about it, I'm talking about closing. Wait for the timer to close and wait for the next candlestick to appear, moving before you can call these 2 candlesticks a fake out. So a fake out is when price acts as if it's breaking out and then it closes outside as a breakout, and then the next one rejects and comes back inside your area that you drew. Then we call it a fake out. Does it make sense? And I said, next 2, 3, 4 candlestick. Michael said, doesn't make sense because I want you to get it as well. Does it make sense? I hope you get it. Okay, maybe your network is not working, but I know your network is not that good. All right. So if no one has any question again on the fake outs, I'll move on to this language thing that we are seeing over here as well. So gold is within these two zones, as you are seeing. This up zone that I have, this red, and then this green. This is the final bottom part that we are seeing here. This is just me, I'm trading. This is just the pullback of the original move. If you get it, this whole thing here is what we are making money off. But I'm still listening to the language to make money off that, because the sell that you are waiting for, you think it will come here, you are not listening to the language. You have to wait to see the bigger time frame, because that is a big move you are looking at. You get it? And you have to have patience. So if you don't have patience, that is when I develop this to scalp. And then also follow the pullbacks, the big ones, not just this small pullback kind of a thing. No, I mean the big ones like this, make my money. And when it is ready to sell, I follow as well. That is what we call trend followers. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So this is what we are seeing over here, as you could see, and then price is going up. Now it's playing around here because the liquidity, I mean, the volatility is less over here because London is over, New York is getting ready to close, that kind of a thing. Yeah. So let me cut some part off. Maybe here. Let me cut this whole area here off. All right. So we have cut some part areas off. I want you to see that. Now let's just say we want to catch that buy, right? We have already drawn this support area of the bigger time frame kind of, but I am looking at this as my TP1 because that is where it was. So price just smashed our TP as we are seeing over here with that sell. Now, for me, I'm not expecting price to come here to that red, but it could. It's that possibility because I'm a trend follower. So I know possibilities as well. But listen, this is the language I'm seeing. On the 1 hour, I'm a scalper, so I'm just explaining details of candlesticks for you to understand what I mean. Now, let's say we came today. Today is the day we want to trade, right? I'll just drop to maybe 5 minutes or something for everyone to understand. Now, when we want to trade, for me on the 5 minutes, this should be kind of like a small support area for me as well, if I want to trade, because this is where price rejected and went up most recently. Do you get it? And then as a trend follower, who can identify what I see here? What is this doing? What is the movement of this current market? Is it going on a downtrend? Is it going on an uptrend? Or what is it doing? Or is it consolidating? I mean, the current price. Now people are scared to answer the question. Don't worry, it's simple. It's what you are thinking. Just let me know. Is it on an uptrend or a downtrend or consolidating? A little uptrend. Okay, now people are overthinking it. What is it doing again? Consolidation. A downtrend is broken. I see. Now people are overthinking. Don't overthink. All right, just calm down and listen to the language. Now, price. I think consolidation. People, I'll give you a little bit mark over here. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Those who said the consolidation, I think Zonzi. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit mark over here. Now, overall price is on a downtrend. Yes. It's on a downtrend, but we're on the 5 minutes, and then we could see this was the strong downtrend, the trend within the trend. Now it got broken over here, right? Exactly. Now, when price gets broken without strong downtrend, what I would do is, because I know price is strongly on a what? On a downtrend. So I'll rather draw some small resistance over here and then wait. If price breaks this, I'll buy from here to this trend line as my take profit, me being a scalper. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Now let's see what price does. Price has already come close and reject over here. So whoever is listening to the language can sell. Do you get it? You can sell because price came here, broke out. It came here to form the lower low, as you are seeing over here. And then what is price doing? If you remember what I taught you guys, how is price approaching this? Do you get it? Look at how strong it is approaching this support I have over here. Are you guys seeing it? Look at how strong it's approaching that support. So there is that possibility for it to what? Break it. So if you go in for a sell right now, let's say now, your stop loss is here. This is 6 pips stop loss. You get it? And then you can pull it to this red that you are seeing because that is your final support of the bigger time frame, which is 13 pips. But you can make this down here you are seeing as your TP1. I hope you are getting it. You can make that down here as maybe your small TP1 or inside this area, some cute, risk can maybe 6. You can make it 6 to 6, 1:1 risk to reward. I'm using smaller time frame to explain the language, so don't worry. So maybe 6 to 6, 1:1. And then you take it lower down as well if you wanted to. Do you get it? Now let's see what price does. Okay, so it moves directly into profit from here. Place around the entry. Now it's touched over here, as you could see. Now, as soon as it becomes the same level with this area, you could get out if the risk to reward is okay for you. If it's not, because here what are we doing? We are selling off a strong, we are selling off a support area here. So we know this rejection can happen. Do you get it? So we understand the language, so we know what could happen. Now price has broken out. This was the breakout that happened. If you want to quickly play it safe and find a better entry, what can you do? As soon as price, this is a breakout. Those who didn't get what I was explaining, a breakout. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? A breakout. Price closed outside the trend line. As soon as it closed outside with this pin bar indicating a strong buy, what does it tell you? It tells you that prices, can reverse and go back to the upside. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? It tells you that price can reverse and go back to the upside. But since our stop loss is above this area, the language over here has changed. So I delete this trend line. And then let's see what happens. Now, boom. Do you get it? So this language over here, this language we see over here got changed, but a new language got formed over here. So this new trend line got formed over there. Now what is price doing? It rejected back to your TP again. And then look at it, it's falling slowly. I see. So if you have a big buy that pops up over here, it means exit, because that big buy means the buyers are in the market, but it's still coming downwards, it's still falling. So we haven't gotten that big buy yet. Now, what is it doing? What is this doing? So as you can see, this is breaking out of the new trend that is happening. Do you get it? I'm letting you understand the language now. So this broke out. If you want to exit to cut your losses very short, you exit and wait for an entry somewhere here to make sure your risk to reward is very nice and drop. This is the same trade we are in. We could have exited the first one when it was here, and here we will not be in, waiting for a perfect entry. Or you could still be in that trade because your stop loss is already above and it's just 6 pips. That's what I'm saying, making sense. It's just 6 pips. For that 15 pips or 13 pips you are looking for. So now it is at that area where we have our zone area. So let's see, will it respect it or will it hit our stop loss? Now we have one respect over there. It has respected that zone. And then you are still in that trade. Remember, you are still in this trade with 6 pip stop loss. Now it shoots back up again. As you can see, it's consolidating. Now, once this shot up happens, what it tells me now is, listen, look at the language very well. I see that now you see here, it was coming downwards. Now, when this happened, now the language has changed. I hope, is everyone seeing this clearly? You see how now it is rising up instead of falling down. If you see it, type I see it. I want you to really, really get it. If you see it, type I see it. I see it. I see it. Great, great, great. You have to really listen to languages when it comes to this when you're trading. Great, I see it. Exactly. So as soon as you see that it's rising up, have it in your mind that there is that possibility that this will hit your stop loss. If you are afraid, cut your losses short. If you want to, the risk to reward is okay for you to, take it to this 13 pips. Is still okay for you? Then stay in. Is what I'm saying making sense? Because this trend line is still strong for you. Wait, let me draw the trend line properly. Yeah. Because that trend line is still strong for you. You get it? So you are wanting, as soon as you see it breaking out, maybe you can even cut it before it hits your stop loss. Do you get it? Now it is at this zone getting closer because it is rising up. Do you see that? This is when people start praying that it won't hit their stop loss when it is showing rising up, kind of a thing. It's people getting what I'm trying to explain. But if you understand the language that, oh, it's rising up, but this is a reversal area. Let me see what happens between this zone. Because after all, I'm risking 6 pips. You are now understanding the language the market is telling you. So you are not seeing manipulations. You are just seeing that, oh, I know I'm in this trade in a bad way. I could have cut my loss short. Maybe when it was here, I could have even catch the buy at this point. When I saw this, I could have been in this buy and make this profit. You have seen all these things. Is everyone seeing what I'm telling you? You have seen all these things, but what are you doing? You are still in because you don't want to close this trade. That is why I'm letting you see the emotional feeling and then understanding the language that people go through when they are in this. Is what I'm saying making sense with people right now? So this is rising up. You are still here hoping. You could have cut your losses short when it was here, when it broke out. You could have cut it short when it was rejecting here, but you didn't. So what are you doing? You are still in. And this over here, this support area here is what you are listening to. So price is there. Price has rejected it. Now what is price doing? Price acted. Now it didn't break out. Catch this very well. Catch this very, very well. Price has not breaking out yet because it's still running. Remember what I told you about breakout? I said it's still 6 pips in case you think I've moved it. Price is still here. So you see that whenever price broke out and it has rejected this area here, you are seeing. Is everyone seeing it? Price has rejected and it's still in the zone. So it hasn't broken out yet. So since it hasn't broken out yet, you are still waiting before you catch your losses short. Do you use wicks or bodies to draw your trend lines? Oh, I use wicks. I use wicks to do everything because wicks means rejection. Wicks means where the buyers or the sellers came into the market. So it means this is where they came in and rejected. So I don't use, I asked my brother explain on the morning call. I don't know if you were on. He talked about you not seeing bodies and wicks. We use wicks. When you use lines, you won't be seeing the body. To put your line there, you only see where the wick area is. When you just change this to lines, you get it. When I change it to lines, you don't see any wicks. You get what I'm trying to explain? You only see, you don't see any bodies. You only see this wicks and lines moving around, and that is where you'll be putting your areas over there. You'll be putting this over here, something like a rejection area, that kind of a thing. So you won't be seeing the body or a line or anything. So you'll be putting it at tips. And that is where I'm putting it. So this over here has not closed out yet. So we are watching another fake out, not really a fake out, another like false break, but it didn't really close out. What did it do? It came back and closed inside. So are we still in the trade? Yes, we are. Still risking 6 pips? Yes, we are. And then since when it drops like this, you think, oh, it's going into it's going for my area. No, it hasn't yet. It hasn't told you it's going there yet. I'll tell you when it is telling me. Now, what is it doing? It went up to create this high, came to create a what? A higher low, created a new higher high. What is it coming to do? The next higher low. Is everyone seeing the next higher low that I'm talking about? If you are seeing it, say yes, I'm seeing it. So this is the first low, the next higher low. Now we are going to see if it's going to create a higher low over here. See it? Yeah, yes, great. So let's see what price actually is going to do. Is it going to, so this is a possibility, you get it? This is a possibility. Right now it's telling you I'm going to create a higher low. So let's see. Great. So now it's breaking through. Is everyone seeing this? So as soon as this closes outside this whole uptrend, the language that I saw, if you remember what I told you, I said as soon as you see price coming equal like this, equal to the previous higher low, the language has changed. The language has changed. Now it has changed right now. So let's see, it's equal now. If it closes there, boom. When the language changed, what is happening? Boom. Is everyone seeing this? When the language changed, what is happening? Boom. And then you are in. So imagine with someone like me, if I cut my loss short over here and got an entry here when it came in and then closed here. Now look at how much I'm risking over here with that same area. Look at this, 2 pips. Come on. 2 pips for this TP is 17. Do you see how exciting it is when you actually understand the language? If you cut your loss short here and you are still not even in this cell, and you're able to cut your loss short over here, and then you came to enter when this rejected over here, and then your TP1 will of course be the rising area here, and when it breaks through, you hold to your final TP. Look at your risk to reward. 2 pips for what? For 17 pips? You can calculate that risk to reward. That is more than 1:10 even. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? That is more than 1:10. What again are you waiting for? Is everyone getting what I'm trying to explain? And then in case you missed it, price broke out over here. Then what did it do? It come back to retest for you to catch your continuation if you missed it. And then boom, it breaks through your TP. Is there any question that anyone wants to understand? So this small area over here, you could see, as I always told you, my drawings, the fake out are very less. Price on the trend line, I'm talking about, not even on the resistance. It didn't really fake out. But on the trend line, look. So I combine my support and resistance with the trend line as well, because I call all of them support and resistance because they are all reversal areas. You get it? Now you could see that price, this is a trend line, price broke through. This is where I call it a breakout because this is the closure. This is the one that closed outside. You get it? Now, if you remember, I said maximum 3 or 4 candlesticks, sometimes 4. You get it? But maximum 3. Now this closed out after I rejected over here, but as a bearish and it's still within that zone. And then the next one faked back inside. So as soon as it came back into mine, this is what? This is a sell. If those who learn candlesticks, you know, this is even a shooting star indicating a sell. Do you get it? And you listen to the language and with 0 drawdowns, 0. Most people who know me knows that I don't even talk about my strategy being 100%. But those who use it are amazed. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Those who use it are always amazed. I have students making $1,000 in a day, $2,000 in a day of their own trades. Imagine you using this understanding on shift signals. Do you get it? How long did you wait to catch? Oh, you have to wait. How long do you have to wait? You have to, it doesn't mean you have to sit behind the laptop for all the time. You have to, let's say I'm on the 5 minutes candlestick. Yeah. So 5 minutes, each candlestick takes 5 minutes. So what I do is I don't really sit a lot. I have this alert. So I just set this. I'll set my alert at the zone and then my alert down here as well. So I set alerts. As soon as it hits here, I come and sit and see. Okay. And then I just have to wait like 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes and I'm out. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? But when I'm actually with my team, then we trade like 3 hours, like 3 to 6. We scalp like 3 hours, 3 to 6. But if I'm not with my team and I'm alone, I usually use alerts. I don't sit that long because I've actually had a problem sitting for too long. So I don't really sit that long anymore. I used to be a gamer, so playing games from that time. So now and then, now trading, all what I've been doing has been sitting. So I hope that answers your question though. That is how long I actually wait. And then boom, it happens. Now let's see the continuation of what the market does. So as you can see, I'm still on a sell until I get a breakout of the trend line and this support area, then I'll buy. As soon as I get a breakout of these two areas, then I'm in for my buy. So those of you still listening to the language with the binary people, as you can see, as soon as it hits, you sell, you are in profit. It's very simple. I'll explain how you will see you trade binary, but not today, because we already been on the call for long. And I'm sorry, because I already said it. I told you guys it's gonna be long. Now, new language. I hope you're seeing it. This has broken the trend line totally. This was the breakout candlestick. Then the next one, even that was supposed to retest, what happened is was strong. So this tells you that look at the strong bias that came into breakout. And then now this has also breaking out. So what do you do? For me, listening to the language, I could have been here. If I was sitting watching though with my alert, I could have been here, and this is the right place to enter for what? A buy. Not here when it is already up. Do you get it? But since I'm on the 5 minutes, it's still fine because the stop loss is still less. Here is like just 4 pips. Come on. Here is just 4 pips, but here could also be 6. Some you can even spread it. You can make your stop loss even here. You can do this because this is just 20 pips. Is what I'm saying making sense? You can even do this because it's just 20 pips. But if you understand the language, now if you bring it back into the zone over here, this is 6 pips. All right, so we have 6 pips stop loss. This could be your TP1. The same thing over here, 6 pips, 1:1, as you are seeing. And then now the trend has changed. For me, that I like doing that. Once it changes like this and I see it going up, I like giving it a very bigger picture. Those of you like trading, who are on my live trading course, you see it. Then I like giving it a bigger picture. Sometimes I don't take it the whole to my zone. I'm not greedy with trading. So those of you who have been with me, you know that I don't even take it to my zone. I just want to take my pips with my big loss size and I'm out. Do you get it? So imagine the risk to reward 6 with how many pips? 6 is to 200. Just calculate it. That is even more than 1:20, I think. So now price is there. Sorry, let me undo. So now price is there. And then what happens? Price created a new language. It has our support over here, continues, plays around, comes back down into the zone, then played around for some time. As you can see, it hasn't really hit our stop loss. It's still below the zone over there. And then remember what I taught you about fake out and breakout. Is everyone getting what I'm trying to explain? Fake out and breakout. Remember what I taught you about fake out and breakout. And if you are understanding the language, you will know why it's coming there. Let me show you. Do you see this? These are the 2 bigger lines. So of course, it has to come and find the lower high of the bigger part. So as soon as this language got broken, I want you to get these things. As soon as this language got broken, if you are here, then you should know that this cell can come to this area. So as soon as you understand this language of this cell, what can you do? If you see that this stop loss can get hit, you can bring it to this lower. You can bring it to this lower here if you want. Do you get it? So that at least if it breaks this second language, that is what you are doing. And this is just like what, 9 pips? Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Stop loss. I hope people are getting what I'm explaining right now. And then what happens? Even with the 6 pips, I'm just letting you know, even with the 6 pips, this hasn't hit yet. But I'm just letting you know, to be safer, you bring it here. In case someone is asking that, what if it hits your stop loss and you don't see it and move it? It hasn't hit the 6 pips and it's back up. What is happening? TP1 hit here, 1:1 has hit. And then what it's doing? It gave you how many pips before it came to find another support? 15 pips already. $15 pips already. And then it's coming to find a higher low on this trend that we have also found over there. Now it hits it. What has happened here? It has broken it. So as soon as it breaks it, you know that there is that possibility of a new language. So since you already have this support over there, you as gain can decide to exit this because you already went up 15 pips. So if you are still in, you can decide to exit this over here before it even comes to negative and find a better entry once it's placed in this support zone, or you can still maintain your 9 or 10 pip stop loss if you want over here. Because if you want to find another entry, the language is now down. So you want it to change language before you jump in. That is if you are looking for another entry as well. Now, remember, it becomes, as soon as it becomes equal, what did I tell you? Language has changed. Now, I think this is where the current price is. Does everyone understand what I have explained now? If you get it, just put some 111s in the chat box right now as well. Of course, I cannot be explaining every single thing to you today. So I hope everyone understands what I've just explained today with this market structure, with this deep understanding, with reading candlesticks. Put some fires, put some 222s, put something in the chat box if you have gotten something from this call. And then this, as I promised you, will change your trading as soon as you understand this. Do you get it? This is me using lower time frames, so don't mind me. This is just lower time frames. You can use this on higher time frames even. Do you get it? You can use this on higher time frames and whatever that you want, and you get even a huge amount of pips with very less risk to reward. Imagining you listening to this. This is on a 1 hour. I'm just explaining, you listening to the language. You have this overall showing you on a down. The language over here was an uptrend, as you can see. This was the first beginning, always the beginning. If you're able to find the low and then the higher low, the first two rejection area, you will find a very nice move. Do you get it? So this started here, and then when it was supposed to come and find a higher low and continue up, it broke out. Now, even if you entered on this breakout here, and then your stop loss was here, because it's a bigger time frame, you can have that nice risk to reward. So you have to use a little bit big pips, maybe 25, or you can just bring it in the zone on the trend line that if you fix back in, which is 11 pips, it's still fine. It won't come because the language has changed. Do you get it? So even if it is here 23 pips, and you're going for first your TP1 here 43, that is 1:2, and you're going for here 1:3, or even to the channel that you drew, that is like 1,000 pips that you are seeing, and it got close, which is here. Do you get it? So if you understood this language and you entered here, you can stay in, but this is days, this is higher time frame. I don't like being in a trade for this long. So if you like this for you that you like, you can stay in and then catch this whole 1,000 pip move, and then you are good to go. So this is being used anywhere in the markets. Then I'll test you later for the link, bro. I don't even know if I can save this recording that I just did, but I'll see. If I save it, I'll let you know. Don't worry, bro. looks like just looking for those small trends is very, very powerful. It's very, very, very powerful. Most people don't know this. And then believe me, after I taught every single trader that I teach this, their trading changed. Their trading changed. I'm not joking. After I taught every single person about this, their trading changed. Do you get it? Their trading changed. I have their accounts because I have something that I do with most of my traders that is enclosed kind of a thing that I'm not going to, come out. But I'm just gonna show you guys something. There are accounts on my phone that these are not accounts that I am trading. These are my traders, but I just monitor them. I just want you to see how real this is. What is the whole strategy itself? I wasn't here to teach my strategy today, but maybe if you want, we can be on a call so that you can see. So it means that the language usually changes when the candlestick consolidates twice. No, it changes when the candlestick comes to the next level of its previous higher highs and higher lows. You get it? When you know where the higher low is and where the lower high is. When it goes to the previous lower high, it has changed. When it goes to the previous higher low, then it has changed. So it changes when it becomes the same level as the higher lows and then the higher highs. Let me explain with candlesticks so that you get it. Like this, for instance, this was a downtrend coming down. So this was high, low, lower high, and then lower low, lower high, lower low. Now, when this became equal to this one over here, and then it became the same, equal like this, being of this lower high, then it means the language changed. You get it? It means the language has changed. And then if this, as you could see, is the new one that you are seeing here, this over here, this two, this is the new language we are seeing over here. So if this candlestick comes down and then becomes equal, even if it breaks this, even if it breaks my trend line and becomes equal at this support, even if it can still come back up because it will respect this support, the language still changed. Do you get it? So maybe it might find a new low somewhere here and start moving up, or it will break for this stop loss. I hope that answers the question. Yeah, Gideon said, he said this is a whole strategy itself. Exactly. This one is a whole strategy itself. You don't need, this is naked forest market. You don't even need me to share my strategy for you. Like, you can make money off this. You can make a lot of money off this. I don't know if you can see me, so that I'll share my screen. If everyone can see me, you can put 111 in the chat box. I don't know if anyone can see me on the chat box. You can put 111 in the chat box. Great. So I'm just gonna literally show you guys. My traders, because I have traders who trade for me, and then you could see this is profit. I don't know if it's going to focus. You will see profit for today. Is everyone seeing that? This is not my account though. It's like, I mean, we have that account, but this is not me trading it. Do you guys see it today? I hope everyone sees it today over there. I hope everyone sees today. Or I'm only the one seeing it. Yeah. Great. Yes. Now, let me show you guys the profit he made. This is a he. Is everyone seeing it? This is just today. Oh, you are seeing it. $1,800. And that is just today. All blues. You could see it. That is what he made. This is a female. I'm showing you guys right now. It's even funny. I just want you all to understand the language. This is a female that I'm going to show you. No, it's not on this phone. I think it's on this one still, because I use this to check the trades of all. Yep. Now, I hope you are seeing this one as well again. You saw the last one, so you know it's not the same account. This is today again. You are seeing the dates. I'm not changing it. This is today again. This is a female. Now you are a guy here and you are not making this. Watch it. This is a female. He even did more than the guy. Now this is what she made today. Is everyone seeing that? This is what she made today. $2,050. That is what she made today. $2,050. I don't touch it, but that is what they are making. As you can see. $1,050. That is what she made. So that is what they are doing, and they go with big loss sizes. It's not you saw the loss sizes, and she lost. It's not like she didn't lose as well. We don't hide anything. The guy had all blues. You could see she first made $2,000. I was watching the trade. This trade went into profit of $1,000. She made $4,000 out of the trade. I told her to close it. She didn't, and it pulled back on her. Do you get it? I told her I've seen the language. She misread the language, and then it put back on her, and then she took the profit. Do you get it? And then after, look at how she lost. She lost continuously because now she lost focus of listening to the language. I told her to take a break and come and listen to the language. She did, and what happened? She just recovered all the losses with the blues down there. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? If you fail to listen to the language, the market will correct you. You are not listening. You are not listening. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? So that is just by the way for you to, I hope everyone got something from this call. I'll try to save the recording as well. I don't know if it will be able, but I'll try because the space on this MacBook is almost full. But I'll see what I'll do, and then I'll stop recording.